This is Ed, and I'm in San Diego, and you're on globaltvtalkshow.com, a broadcast service of globalbusinessnews.net and the Global Press Club. More about that stuff later. Our special guest today is in New York, and it's James Duncan Moss, and he is a longtime friend and also a businessman, astute in the worlds of finance and real estate, uh, and multinational. So let's say hi to James Moss. Hi.
Hey Ed, great to be on your show, and yeah, great to catch up again.
Yeah, thank you very much. And congratulations on the launch of AbsoluteRelo.com. So as I see here is the world's first pay-as-you-go global mobile relocation app and platform. What's that mean in English?
Yeah, great question. Well, basically, we've put a complete relocation platform process, if you like, onto a mobile phone. We've taken really advanced technology and we combined mobile phone technology with platform technology. So it all sits on an app, which means no more emails and stuff like that. But being pay as you go is the world's first. So you literally go onto the app, decide what you want, where you want to go, what services you need, and then you pay on the app then and there, and then the service is delivered. So it's a very simple concept, and it deals with the basics, and it's working really well.
So I'm impressed. I was doing some research, and you offer a 100% money back guarantee. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, it's great. It's absolutely fantastic.
So has
It's
anybody tried to get their money back?
not yet.
So I wanted to get that research because I'm thinking of offering that also for my new thing, the Global Press Club. I'm now offering 100% guarantee on the quality of the
Yeah,
work. All right,
excellent,
but I haven't done money yet, so maybe I
excellent.
will.
Well, I think apart from anything else, it's a massive confidence and quality statement. We are the
It
only
is.
people, yeah, we're the only people in the relocation world, shortly with you joining us, which is great, who actually do that because we have total confidence in our product, in our service, and in our delivery. And the early relocations we've done, we've had just extraordinarily good feedback. So yeah, it's a very exciting space to be in. It's a great space to be in.
All right, now let's get into the weeds here a little bit. So you pay only for what you need rather than get stuck into a program with a lot of bells and whistles, which sound good, but many people don't need them, right? That's the whole game now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the whole thing. You hit the nail on the head. I mean, breaking it down into basics, where when people move, and we're talking about corporate relocation, but we're talking about lots of other reasons why people move as well. They only really need three things at the end of the day. They need to find somewhere to live. They need to get their stuff over. And if it's international, global, they need the right to live and work where they're going to be. And that's really what relocation movement of people domestically and internationally comes down to.
So I just want to read this. You only pay for what you need. Customer completely controls their own budget and spend, and it's perfect for lump sum assignees as well as number crunchers, but the bosses who need to control.
Well, it's really interesting because when this was originally put together, and as you know, I've got over 20 years of experience in the relocation industry, and I've
Yeah.
won various industry awards and so on. So I really, really do understand and know the sector incredibly well. But when you actually put it together, people don't need that much. And what they do need, because of the power of mobile phones, because everybody works off a mobile phone these days. Um, And people can do a lot themselves. I mean, they can have all the support they need, but they can actually get on and do a lot themselves whilst they're getting on with their lives and their work and so on. So they don't need buckets of everything else sort of thrown at them, which is often what happens. Um, what we found has been quite interesting. We always thought that lump sum would be the only people really interested in this in the corporate world, okay? And what we've actually found is that many different types of people moving or relocating are also really interested in it. And they're interested for two reasons. The first reason is just the convenience and the ease of doing it. The fact that they're in control, that they communicate with their ReloAdvisor when they want to, when they need to, and likewise with the ReloAdvisor. And it just makes the whole thing sort of effortless and easy. The other thing is that it actually, I mean, coming to the bottom line, it saves a load of money. I mean, compared to conventional relocation costs, the savings can be up to a staggering sort of 80%,
Wow.
because it's just because it's done remotely. Um, Users are very used to working remotely, like we are, on the Zoom call now. People don't have to meet face to face for every little thing that they need to say and do. Um, so the whole perception, the whole way that people live and work has changed. I mean, hybrid working personifies that in the sort of the approach that assignees now have.
So once again, I'm going to read this. We're talking about absolute relo, one word, .com. All right. So state-of-the-art mobile technology, you just heard that from the inventor, James Duncan Moss. So state-of-the-art mobile technology gives a fantastic user experience and entirely on the mobile phone, no emails required. And there's a massive savings. That's what James just was talking about. People can save up to 80% off the conventional corporate relocation fees. As a result of what James invented here, expert ReloAdvisor remote support combined with technology. So let me ask you about that remote ReloAdvisor. Is that a robot?
No, it's actually very human. People are human. Um, so our Relo advisors are all around the world. Um, I mean, we operate in all sorts of different countries now, and they are experts, they're relocation experts. Many are from the relocation industry, okay? So there are a lot of independent relocation consultants and small companies who also we work with and they work with us. Sort of DSP types of operations, um, where they already have the expertise. But we also train people up. We have an absolute Relo Academy where we actually train our own people. But we try and recruit from the relocation world because experienced relocation consultants are great. But we also recruit from the world of real estate. We find there's a very high correlation between very good real estate backgrounds, particularly what we do, because we're really finding the properties. I mean, we really focus in on that and the soft support around that. And also, we work with people and train people from a really strong HR customer service background. So that's the sort of mix that we use, and it goes across all the generations. We have Generation Z, we have Millennials. We have a really great mix of Relo advisors.
So let's talk about DSP, destination services providers. Can they use this to their advantage, or is this competitive?
It's more of an end user situation. We work with some DSPs who support us, and we have arrangements with them, particularly more sort of remote far-flung locations. I mean, Africa is quite a good example of that. There are parts of Africa which are quite difficult to service. But no, we tend to work with end users, with companies, with organizations, and so on. We're not in competition with RMCs. I mean, RMCs and big DSPs provide a whole plethora of services. Okay, so they do all sorts of stuff like policy and shipping and lots of stuff like that. We don't do that. I mean, we have partners who do everything. So we have partners who do shipping, we have partners who do visas and immigration, we have partners who do service accommodation, we have partners who do languages and health and all sorts of things. But we really focus on really more on the real estate support piece is really what we're all about. So we are really another tool in the corporate toolbox, HR toolbox. We're very happy to work beside RMCs and DSPs. We're very comfortable in doing that. We have no problems with that at all. But a number of our customers tend to be from newer technologies, TMT types of organizations, often, but not always, sort of smaller companies, SMEs. In fact, a couple of our clients are really, really very big media companies, for example, who this is a really great fit for the sort of psychology and profiles of their assignees. But we've also had some very senior people who are just fast on the go using our services because they're just so convenient and easy. And just because you're really senior, it doesn't mean you need a red carpet or whistles and bells service. In fact, if you're senior, in my experience, you just really want to cut to the chase and get on with it.
Right.
And again,
So
it's very empowering for that.
with that in mind, I know that you offer a 100% money back guarantee. Now, this is on the workability of your system, your app, right? And also on any money spent through absoluterelo.com. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's sort of correct. I mean, we offer 100% money back guarantee on our fees. Okay. So if a customer's working with a partner shipping company, for example, okay, we do not have a contractual arrangement to cover that. So they can't turn around and say, oh, you shipped that $30,000 container across the world, we want our money back. That's something they would have to discuss with the shipping company. That's outside of our terms of reference and our terms and conditions. But anything relating to our direct services, yes, 100% money back guarantee.
Like, what's a direct service? Let's define your terms.
The direct service are the services that you buy from Absolute Relo off the app. And on the app, our services are listed. There are about, I don't know, half a dozen of them in multiple currencies and so on. And those services that we provide, that our ReloAdvisors provide, come with a 100% money back guarantee.
This is really fabulous. And so all of this, of course, goes to sustainability, right?
Well, it's terrific for sustainability, actually. I mean, the thing about empowering people to sort of do their own thing at their own convenience, and not go charging off and seeing everyone all over the place, is that you can keep customers' carbon footprints much lower. The traditional model of relocation it used to be that you had a car and they'd pick you up and they'd drive you around and they do all sorts of things. People today are much more environmentally aware, much more control of how they move, what they spend their money on, and so on. And this this is just great for that type of sort of green type of activity, if you like. It doesn't mean people don't get on airplanes. It doesn't mean people don't take public transports or taxis and stuff like that, but they probably don't use them as much as they would do in a conventional relocation, because you're really getting on with the job. You're not sort of wasting time and faffing around and being entertained and taken to restaurants and all the rest of it. I mean, if you want that sort of thing, we're not the guys. But so yeah, it has a very positive sustainability aspect to it.
So your system, absoluterelo.com, that'll work in Amsterdam, Germany.
Yeah, we've done work in Amsterdam. It's been terrific. We're really very good in tech hubs. Amsterdam's a great one. We've done some really good things in New York and in London. Other locations where we operate, Berlin and Prague has recently come up, for example. And again, it's sort of tech companies, or the profile of those users. Also, what's really interesting is if you look at large companies, they often operate in smaller clusters, and those clusters are often sort of tech, a younger profile, or a team, project, assembled type of group. And again, they love this. I mean, the sort of whole app approach just really fits in well with those types of users.
Well, congratulations on all of this. And it's, once again, audience, it's absoluterelo.com. And James Moss is the owner, the inventor, and doing it, running it. So thank you very much for being my guest today on Global TV Talk Show. And please come back in the new year.
Thank you very much, Ed. It's been great.
Okay, thank you. Have a Merry Christmas.
Cheers.
Thank you.